does have a press release towards it this morning, talking about a partnership. $2 break is where we could get a lot of hype. SLDB, a little bit bigger in float, did get back a lot of its gains. Potential press release, not again, really my favorite. What else do we have here? OBLN. OBLN. This was my play this morning. Had a partnership with Qatar. I like this one. Still do like this one. I cut out because I don't want to take any loss if it did take a big dump for any random reason. But this is one I will still be watching at the start of the day. And what else do we have today, guys? We also are going to want to be watching IFMK. IFMK, I know there's not too much going on with IFMK right now, but I have seen this plays like this go on very big spikes and very big rips. And probably a rebreak of, I would say, like 45 cents. I may look to get in on this one. Now, why am I saying that? Well, IFMK, you can see no news towards it, but there was a filing last night. And what was the filing? The filing was an 8K talking about having an agreement. And again, agreement is one of those great press releases that we always love to look for, right? Agreement's absolutely great. So right here, they're making an agreement, and if you look actually at the past, on the past news, IFMK is also getting delisted, or it needs to get above that $1 price, or have a continuous operations of $500,000 to be able to stay on the Nasdaq. So what do we usually see sometimes with stocks that are only like 40 cents that need to get above $1? They usually get somehow pumped on up towards that $1 mark. So we could possibly see IFMK get pumped up towards $1 today. Also, with the agreement 8K that it had last night, could definitely help it and bring in more credibility, and then get that stock to really move. So IFMK, is that one that I'm going to be looking at? Absolutely. IFMK, am I going to be watching this play? Absolutely. I think again, this one definitely has potential. Break of maybe 45 cents. I can slowly move our way in on that, right? So slowly move our way in on that play over on IFMK if that one starts moving. But those are going to be, those are going to be a big thing right here on IFMK to break through 45 cents and break through 50 cents. All right. So what do we have here? Again, top four plays. These are the top four plays I want you guys to be looking at. Number one, YAYO. What we want, again, a 190 break and a $2 break. What was YAYO's press release this morning? It came out with a rental fleet partnership. It is a new IPO. It's a lower float stock. It definitely could get hyped towards it. All right. What else do we have today? IFMK, right? IFMK, number four top gainer, 13% gain. If this stock could start breaking 45 cents, I may look for an entry on this play as this one can start moving on up. Did have an 8K, needs to get back above $1, NASDAQ delisting, right? What else do we have that we need to be looking at? We also need to be looking at OBLN, right? OBLN. This had an agreement partnership with Qatar. It's a 4 million in float stock, previous spiker, previous runner. This one could easily take on off. And last but not least, we have SLDB, where SLDB, this one spiked this morning off of potential new drug updates, and then the stock, came crashing on down. But it is still something we want to be watching. It's still something we want to be waiting for, and something that definitely could get a little bit of hype. I think you guys ONTX, that stock's dropping on off a little bit. What else do we have right here? INPX. I know some traders are looking at INPX, and people who are looking at INPX, guys, I'm going to have to make it a little bit smaller just because of how tiny this play is, but it is kind of breaking that 50-day moving average. So you guys can see right here, INTX, as I said, I have to make it a little bit tinier, but you can see a little break of that 50-day moving average. So if maybe you're interested in a 9-cent stock, you can definitely look over there. Last but not least, exactly what Rapid's talking about, previous top gainer of IMI, what am I doing here? MIRM. Shoo! Deck, you got it. It only took you 72 times. So MIRM. This play was a top gainer on Monday, right? And this play could possibly start getting some hype back towards it once again today, right? So, this is where the stock could definitely start moving on up. Again, a little heads up, guys. Please do not try to curse in chat. So MIRM, we're watching for a little bit of that like mid-candle breakout pattern where the stock spiked on up, little red candle right here, and we're looking for another continuation. Basically, sellers had it yesterday. Buyers could possibly move back in on this play today over on MIRM. We'll see if we could get that hype or any sort of momentum to start getting in on this play, as this was a top gainer on Monday, went on a nice spike. People may try to run back in on this. All right. So those are. Let me just type those out right now. Those are top stocks to watch today. And again, MIRM, YAYO, SLDB, and IFMK. Those are the top ones, and last but not least, OBLN. And all of them, again, have good reasons towards them. 4 out of 5 of them have good news. The only one that doesn't have news is MIRM, and that is what? That was just a top gainer off of Monday. So that one still does have, some nice potential towards it, right? So let's see what you guys are thinking here. Still a little early at 9:18, but let's see what you guys are thinking on, what stock you think has the best potential. So what stock has the best potential today? All right. And is that going to be MIRM? Is that going to be YAYO? Is that going to be SLDB? Is that going to be IFMK? Is that going to be OBLN? ASLN. You're asking again, like thoughts on ASLN. I'm not really seeing too much there. I'm not seeing any news. I'm not seeing any filing. If anything, try to run it up to 282, which would be its 200-day moving average. So 282 would be its 200-day moving average. That would be its main target, that you'd want to be looking at. All right, so everyone look at the live stream. What stock has the best potential today? Go ahead and you guys can go cast your vote. ONTX, yep. I know ONTX came out with an agreement press release, but that one has just been crashing, right? And then IMPX is just only a 9-cent stock. That stock's only 9 cents. So that's why I don't really touch that one too much. Little side note as well. I apologize. I had to do you guys a little dirty last night. I talked to the broker last night. He said, "Can you please wait until Thursday, just so they're ready?" So again, I had to kind of postpone it a little bit till Thursday. And again, didn't mean to do you guys like that because I know so many people are asking, hey, "Who's my new broker?" And I said, I reached out to them and said, "All right, I'm going to tell that you're my new broker." And they said, "Oh, can you just wait until Thursday? We just want to make sure that we are all good, ready to rock and roll." So I had to wait till Thursday, but again, here you guys go. You guys can check this out. Who is my new broker? And as you guys know, if you sign up with this broker starting on Thursday, you guys will be able to get a free $700 ultimate trading course. You guys are also going to get a free text alerts for January. So all you guys have to do is, again, sign up for this broker using my link, make a trade or two, see how you guys like it, and I will give you guys a free $700 ultimate trading course, free text alerts for January. So again, that's coming on up, very very shortly, right? And I'm very excited to be giving that away, all that good stuff. Always like to give back to you guys, help you guys out, and always help you guys use the best material out there, right? That's why I love being part of Trade Ideas, right? I think they're the best. I love being part of this new broker. I think they're one of the best. I love being part of Tradecaster. I think we're the best, right? So again, I always like to use the best, and anything that's not the best, I don't like to again be part of that. Yep, Scream commission free. You got it, boss. I wouldn't get you guys non commission free. P Dub, absolutely. Those are value in the $700 trading course outside your video library. Absolutely. There's a lot of different lessons in there. Also, again, we have everything in order that'll walk you through step by step, again, how to trade stocks. So again, that's very, very important. And yep, I'm going to be giving that away to you guys for anyone who uses this broker. Rapid's posting some things over in alerts chat. So again, make sure you guys check that out. Market opens up in about 8 minutes here. Again, I know we haven't shown the results yet on what everyone is currently thinking. And if you guys have not casted your vote, make sure you guys go do that. Adam, how can I get text alerts? You can either A, use the broker starting on Thursday, or B, go to the bottom right-hand corner, blue circle, and talk to one-on-one support chat, and they can help set you up. Yep, Graham Trader 2.5. Hey, Deck, Speed Trader ever get back to you about the program they were offering to us months ago? Again, that's one reason I dropped Speed Trader. Speed Trader, they wanted to make a deal, and everything they said to us, they started putting weird little loopholes on it. They were saying, "Oh, free commissions, free trades. We're going to give you a platform, give you paper trading," and then that was the first one. Then after that, we had another announcement with them that said, we really can't give you the free paper trading platform, but we'll give you everything else. And we said, okay, no problem. And then the next one was, oh, we can't really give you level 2, but we'll give you everything else. Okay, no problem. Hey, it's really going to come down to 50 cents a trade, no paper trading platform, and again, no low. It's like, well, what was the whole point of this? So again, I don't want to work with people that, of course, are not going to live up to what they say. So I dropped them and then moved on. So always like to reach out to different brokers and try to work out different deals and help them out, of course, if they're good. So I don't want to work with anyone that I just don't believe in myself. Yeah, alternator, anyone E-Trade acting funny connecting. E-Trade's been weird for me. I had to take a loss today of $180 because E-Trade wouldn't get me out of my play, which was a little frustrating. All right, let's see what you guys are thinking. Everyone cast your vote if you guys have not in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Share the results. Stop the poll. You guys have Yayo number 1 and OBLN as number 2. You guys have Yayo as number 1. That stock is falling down right now, though. And what do you have? You have OBLN as number 2, looking for the rebreak of $2. I like that. Then you have IFMK as number 3. Okay, cool. So that is where we are currently at this time. And those are, the top plays. Those are the top plays that we are looking at. Right? Those are the top plays that we're going to be looking at. Those are the top plays that we're watching right now. And I'll leave that up there a few minutes. We got about 5 minutes until this market opens on up. If you're saying, Deck, what do you like? What are you thinking? I mean, I pulled the trigger on OBLN, and for, as I said, all the reasons that I talked about, OBLN, having a breakout, breakouts in the past, OBLN having a great press release this morning, right? It has everything it needs. It just needs volume. So do I think OBLN is good? Absolutely. Do I like Yayo? Yayo, the only thing that's a little concerning is that it is dropping a little bit right now. If it can start U-shaping back on up, there's definitely a lot of hype. But I am watching as well IFMK. And I may look for an early entry on IFMK because IFMK did have an agreement and needs to get back above $1 soon, or they're not going to be on the NASDAQ anymore. So I think there could be a possible pump over on IFMK. So if that one starts coming up towards around like 45 cents, I may look for an entry on IFMK. So right now, again, I'm keeping everything on watch. I'm going to switch over our scanners. Get ready for this day right now, putting on the big show, I like to call it. We didn't see a nice breakout yesterday. Again, if we're going to see a nice breakout, should be in the morning. We have YAYO. YAYO we need to watch. That one is starting to dump. I know it's the number 1 voted, but I'm going to put OBLN on the top to see if that's going to get any sort of hype. Just because look at YAYO right now. YAYO, honestly, if we're looking at this play, it's starting to give a lot back, right? It's starting to give a lot back, and there's not really many buyers towards that play at this moment. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take off the mic, just take off this hoodie. I always wake up freezing every morning, but, by the time it's 9:30, body's going nice and warm, ready to get after it. Right now, YAYO. Will Stream Venture, that's what the heat's for. I like sleeping in the cold. Snuggle up against your blankets. Hate going to sleep, super hot. So right now, we got how much time? About 2.5 minutes here. Come on, market. Now we're just looking for a big time break today. Looking for a little bit of volume, looking for a little bit of activity, looking for a little bit of love. So So keeping my eyes peeled on all these plays to see where that momentum, where that hype, where that activity is going to be going towards. OBLN, I want to keep this one on watch to start with. I want to see if that one gets hot. OBLN, and if it does spike on up and go on a supernova today, am I going to be happy? Yes, I'm a little frustrated. I had to sell on that play, but it does have all the good reasonings on what I think has a breakout. I know you guys are looking INPX. That's a little guy. INPX has gone from 8 to 10 cents. So again, a little bit smaller. Only a 2 penny move. But the thing is, how do people make money on that? They just buy a ton and ton and ton of shares. So INPX, people just buy so many shares on those plays. That's why it tries to move a little bit. My top two plays I'm watching is OBLN and IFMK. IFMK, I'm leaning towards a little bit more. Not in on that right now, but definitely watching it. OBLN trying to again get a little bit of attention back on this stock, as this stock again does have some good news towards it. So I think it's going to come down between those two, OBLN and IFMK, to see which one's going to get the mob, which one's going to get the hype towards it. 30 seconds till the market opens on up. Going to close this poll off. Let's have a great day ahead, guys. Let's have some fun, right? That's why you guys are here, to learn, to make money, to have some fun, to enjoy it. So right now, again, market opens on up. 1 second. Here we go. So the market is now live. Let's see what pops up on the high of the day momentum scanner. See if any of these two stocks start getting any sort of attention towards them. OBLN currently sitting right around that 202 mark. IFMK, a little bit of a climb. Not too much. Right now, OBLN just trying to hold that $2 area. Nothing on the gap. Top gainers. Our number one top gainer is TEDU with 17%. Then it goes 8% down towards IFMK. Right now, just watching the high of the day momentum scanner to see again what stock comes out with a 20 count first. If you look at the count alerts, 1, 2, 2, 3. Usually a stock that hits a 20 first usually shows that that's where the volume's at. That's where the momentum's at. That's where a lot of big time hype's going to be going. Right now, OBLN bids are below $2 at this moment. INPX, a little bit of a pop, trying to hold up that $2 mark. IFMK trying to hold up that 40-cent mark at this time over on IFMK. Right now, again, not missing anything. Nothing up on a 20 count yet. No 20 count plays yet on the high of the day momentum scanner. IFMK getting a little bit weaker. OBLN also getting a little bit weaker. How's Yayo? Yayo starting to pop on up. YAYO. Yayo starting to pop on up a little bit right now. This stock's trying to get a little bit of a push at this moment over on YAYO as it goes up towards around that 180 mark. It does have strong resistance. We're at right around 190-ish is going to be some strong resistance. So Yayo trying to get a little bit of a climb. That one just hit 180, back down towards around 170. No 20 counts yet today. Yeah, I'm not seeing Yayo on the high of the day momentum scanner. Thank you for pointing that out. It may just because Trade Ideas maybe not having it on the high of the day momentum scanner because it's really new. I'm not sure again why it's not popping up on the high of the day momentum scanner, but it will be one, of course, we will be watching and be ready for. I'm still keeping my eyes peeled over on OBLN for the possibility if that stock breaks 205 or 210. I'm also watching IFMK as well to see if IFMK can slowly creep its way on up towards maybe like 45 cents. So I'm still watching that one as well. Right now, a lot of volume is over on Yayo at this time, though. ONCY, first stock with a little bit of a 20 count. So ONCY, first 20 count play. ONCY, first 20 count. And again, a 20 count usually shows that that is where some volume is at. I can put that on the bottom level too. See if, again, that play is going to be able to get any sort of momentum. $2 is its main resistance right now. You can see ONCY did have a nice little squeeze pattern between 116 and 130 with the 13 EMA and 200-day moving average, getting very tight. Then again, the stock is trying to squeeze itself up towards around that $2 mark. Right now, YAYO still fighting. So we got YAYO and ONCY. ONCY needs to break $2. YAYO needs to break $2. Both stocks that need to break that $2 mark to you kind of get that next leg, next height, next momentum. They are a little risky because a lot of the plays we have been seeing, again, as they spike, they also drop on off pretty good. I am keeping my eyes still peeled over on IFMK. And I'd probably look on an entry on that play if it came up towards like 44 cents or so, to be honest. FDX, how you guys doing? FDX looking more towards the short side. Iggy looking over there. MIRM trying a little bull flag pattern. YAYO, Yayo still trying to hold on up. ONCY right here losing a little bit of volume. So it's not like anything's been super consistent yet. Nothing's been super consistent yet. Yayo again, quick little pop coming back on down. Quick little pop comes on down. I know we're ready to go. I know we're looking for it. Wrap it over on FDX. INPX still trying to move a little bit. So INPX trying to get a little. Some people want ONCY. Some people want INPX. Some people want IFMK. Some people want MIRM. The volume right now is a little scattered out. INPX still trying to hold right here. ONCY. ONCY, $2 main resistance. I'm just looking for something consistent, something nice and slow, something that's going to, set itself up. And where volume is going to be headed next. So ONCY starting to come back on down right here. IFMK, still nothing yet on IFMK, but I'll be honest, that is one I'm still looking at and still liking, a lot. YAYO still trying to hold on up. TEDU is considered the #1 top gainer in the market, but you guys can see again, look how kind of light this is. SYRS just got a pop, just came up as a top gainer. SYRS just came up as a top gainer. Does this stock have any reason on why it would be a top gainer? SYRS. SYRS. Does this stock have any reason? December 18th. When did this come out? 7 a.m. SYRS to discover, develop, and commercialize therapies to sickle cell diseases. It does have a collaboration. Okay, so I mean, SYRS, this one is trying to hit its 50-day moving average. A lot of people are locking in right around that 50-day moving average. What is, the float on SYRX? That's the next big or SYRS, excuse me. That is the next big question here. Again, here was the press release that came out on this stock. The SYRS. If you want to look a little bit more into it, boom, there it is right there. I just want to check out the float really quickly. Because this just spiked on up. Float is 30 million, a little bit higher than what we like. 30 million in float. That one's starting to come back on down. OBLN still trying to fight. So OBLN still not there, but again, that stock has a lot of potential. And OBLN, that was the one I played this morning, right? For that morning spike. So we had OBLN was the one I played this morning. Again, that has all good news. And I'll be honest, again, I'm still looking and watching IFMK. I would love for that one to come on up, but that one's not doing it at the moment. MIRM MIRM getting a little bit of that mid-candle breakout pattern set up. Nice little spike, red candle, trying to slowly grind its way on up. So still just trying to slowly grind its way on up. XRF. What is this float? 5 million float, XRF. See a couple of you guys talking about that play. Let's put that on the top level too. See if that one can catch some fire. 5 million float. SYRS is more a little bit of a pop, just a little pump and dump. Is XRF the same thing? XRF 937. Okay, this just came out with a press release. XRF 937 microcredit company just received annual compliance review approval. So this just came out. XRF just came out with a press release. Nothing else is going on. It may be worth our time to hop in on this play. Let's see. It may be worth our time to hop in on this play as it just came out with a press release. This stock, is this about to get halted? Let's see. Nope, still live. All right, still live right now. XRF just came out at 937. So let's see if that's going to actually hold on up. Let me double check the float. Float right now is 4.6 million. Stock's having a little bit of a drop. And now we'll see if that's going to be able to break, be able to start moving back above, maybe back above 260. We could look for an entry. And I'm really just looking to see if this play is going to be able to hold on up, because a lot of the plays we saw, like SYRS did what? SYRS spike, came on down. It's still trying to hold. It's trying to hold above that 50-day moving average. XRF is a lower float play, which is better. I'd rather play a lower float stock because they can get a little bit more crazy, a little bit more chaotic. Yeah, XRF is China Rapid Finance. So instead of Rapid Financial, it says China Rapid Finance. You're born to make money on that play. XRF is going to have to break through what price? 267. A break through that 267 mark? Oh, look at XRF. Back on down. A lot of plays are doing that right now. A lot of plays have been doing that. Spike on up, dump on down. If that's XRF this morning, I mean, even OBLN did that this morning. Spike on up, dump on down. And I'm still watching, still focused on OBLN and IFMK. Still two plays I'm 100% watching at this time. But we know, again, a lot of these plays are more along the lines of pump and dumps. So we got to be careful. I'm ready to get after it. And as I said, IFMK, I'll probably look to buy that play if it could ever get above 43 cents. 43 cents or above, I'd probably look to get in on IFMK. If XRF could ever get above the 50-day moving average at around 260 or 266, I could possibly look at a play over there. SYRS is a little too big in float for me, about 30 million. And also below its 50-day moving average, so I don't want to get in on that at this time. So I'm still, again, just still watching. I'm like that little lioness in the Serengeti, walking through the tall grass, waiting for a beautiful little zebra to just come on through. All right, XRF right here, still again trying to fight. XRF is fighting to stay alive. Risky play for sure. But you know what? I'm hungry. I wouldn't mind going after some risky biscuits. Maybe again I could, look for a possible play here if XRF catches a little fire. It would be a very risky play though. I don't want to, overexcite you guys, especially for a new trader, and be like, "Oh, Deck, you hopped in on it." But it's still a very, very risky play. But this one could catch some fire. China plays can go crazy, especially low float China plays with news that just came out. SPY just hit a brand new high. So SPY just hit a brand new high. Right now, XRF may try to set itself up in maybe a bull flag pattern. XRF, we're trying to set ourselves up in maybe a bull flag pattern. Let's see if we can maybe get a little squeeze going on this stock, especially if it can get that bull flag pattern. If the spread is a little bit large right now, we do know that. Whenever it comes up towards around that 260 mark, things could get really crazy on it. OBLN, nothing really going on there. Just a little heads up. OBLN, nothing really going on with OBLN at this time. We can still look for a $2 break, and not much going on with IFMK, unfortunately, either. So if you're saying, Deck, where are your eyes at? I'm looking more towards XRF. XRF. I may look for maybe instead of buying at the top, if I want to get risky on XRF, maybe again I just try to form some sort of uptrend and maybe look for a bounce play, maybe back down towards around that 230ish mark. Right? We know the 50-day moving average of 267 is going to be a top. I may try to look for a little bit of a scary bounce here and maybe look for a bottom little area where I could get filled and be able to make some cash if the stock can bounce off of that. That wouldn't be, a possible bad idea if that, could hold on up. A little bit of a bounce play down towards some lows, try to hold on up, be able to make some cash right here. Let's see how low this thing, does go down to. 228. Oh, that's getting a little bit of a crack. Let's see. Let's see right here. INPX, little guy. INPX, little guy, but making a nice move. This stock has moved from 10 cents today to 14 cents. And you're like, Deck, that's only 4 cents. But again, since the stock is only, worth 10 cents, a 4-cent move is going to be a 40% climb. So a lot of people buy, 20,000, 100,000, 300,000 shares on IMPX. So IMPX is getting a little bit of a rip. That's a smaller guy, right? It's not really getting that much action towards it. It's a much, much smaller play. But at the same time, IMPX is, moving. So I could put IMPX on the bottom level too, if you guys are interested on that play. And that stock, as you can see, has like 200,000 shares. Someone's selling 80K shares. People are buying, 15,000, left and right. So everyone, likes to try to buy massive shares because the stock's only 15 cents. If you have a $1,500 account, you could buy, right, 10,000 shares. Right now, we're still watching that play. INPX not too bad. XRF starting to lose a little bit of volume. XRF starting to get a little bit, back on down. So I never pulled the trigger on that risky play. IMPX is fighting 15 cents. As we know, 15 cents is what? Just a nice, strong, natural 5-cent increment, area. Especially when a stock is this small. When a stock is between, 10 cents and 50 cents, every 5 cents is going to be tough to break. Right? Every 5 cents is going to be tough to break there. MIRM, trying to slowly move on up. So, I mean, right now, there's definitely volume in the market, but people are still kind of searching on like, where is the main play? Right now, IMPX may be the main play, even though that's something that we usually would not really ever touch because it's so tiny, right? We usually would not ever touch a play that this is this small, but it is moving up. It is profitable. It does have a lot of people buying and selling it, as you guys can obviously tell. And with that being said, it is profitable. So it is profitable that even though it is that tiny. So right now, IFMK coming all the way up to $16 or 16 cents. Ooh, $16. That'd be insane. That's just what I'm used to saying. Not 16 cents. So right now, IMPX still moving on up. This is a little guy, broke through the 50-day moving average yesterday, getting a little bit of a pop, trying to get some momentum towards it. How's the OBLN looking? I won't take the chart off, but OBLN trying to hold that $2 mark. Same exact thing with IFMK. Just doesn't really have too much volume right now. IMPX is kind of the nice mover at the moment. Even though, again, it may be too small for some of you guys where you guys don't like playing these little baby penny stocks. Like, I like playing things between 25 cents and $25, because the small plays do get a little bit scary, but 100% IMPX, this is profitable. This stock has gone from 9 cents to 17 cents. Can you make money on this? 130%. You can make a ton of money on this. Right now, first little candle, First little red candle right now as the stock starts coming back on down towards around 15 cents. Getting a little bit of a pullback at this time. TWMC currently halted. Okay, that's halted on the downside. TWMC. TWMC got halted on the downside. This is, I believe, a previous spiker in the past. These would be new 52-week lows. I think TWMC has like one or two really good spikes. The stock has just been dropping to some new lows. Could again, get some buyers towards it maybe in the next couple days or so. Maybe just one I'm going to write down on my notepad. I know it's dropping hard, but whenever we see a stock that's kind of had a nice little platform and then drops to new 52-week lows and it's only 517,000 in float, guess what happens? A lot of people do kind of move back in on this play. INPX, guys. Look at this. As fast as it goes up, as fast as this stock goes down. It's actually going, faster on the way down than it did on up. A lot of people selling right now. A lot of people locking in their gains. A lot of people locking in their profits right here over on INPX. IFMK starting to move slightly. We can check it out. Again, just creepily making its way on up. I like IFMK, as I said, because that stock has potential to possibly get pumped today. And why? Because they need to get back above $1 soon. And if they don't, they're going to get delisted. And a lot of times companies sometimes, pump their own plays up. So I already have one trade today. If you guys weren't here, I already traded one time on OBLN on this morning's spike for pre-market, and this morning play was what I was going after on OBLN when it came after their news. So OBLN again has a great press release. Has a great press release agreement with Qatar. Has a low float stock, 5 million in float. Has a previous past chart history pattern of spiking. OBLN has all the components it needs for a big time breakout. It really does. And then IFMK, as I talked about, needs to get above $1 or it's going to get delisted within the next like a week or two. So that one, needs to, kind of get a little pump as well. Right now, XRF gave everything back. Right now, INPX also again trying to hold up at some support. Haven't missed anything. Probably the most profitable play right now. The most profitable play at this time has been the SPY, or excuse me, has been INPX. The most profitable play at this time has been the INPX. Keeping our eyes peeled on the SPY. Again, the SPY guys may get a little jumpy today. And again, I'm only speaking of this because it has to do with the stock market. But there is, again, in the United States, definitely, controversy going on with the whole entire impeachment hearings. I believe today or yesterday, the House voted through to impeach the president, but the Senate, of course, that would be the next step. But that's most likely not going to happen because that's all Republicans. But again, non-political, just 100% straight. I do not care if you hate the president. I do not care if you love the president. I don't care if you're left or right or whatever. I'm just letting you guys know this because we may see some action move on the SPY because of that, right? And it would probably be more towards the dropping side just because whenever there's controversy or whenever there's problems or whenever people are unsure of things, we may see the SPY drop on down today. So little heads up, but I always like to give that disclaimer again. I don't care if you're left, if you're right, if you love, if you hate, whatever. It's just again, always wanted to let you guys know that these what could happen to the SPY. That's it. Right here, Techmart Trades, Tradecaster. We are 100% stock traders. That's it. What do we got? MIRM trying to get a little bit of activity. MIRM starting to move on up. So MIRM starting to move its way on up. So MIRM trying to get a little bit more volume. I'll put that on the bottom level too. Again, $18 is going to be a strong test. Why is $18 going to be a strong test? Well, that's where, again, yesterday's high was. Yesterday's high was right at that $18 mark. Look at that upper shadow. See this upper shadow right here? So again, that's right next to that $18 mark. OBLN, new high right here at 203. So I'm going to take off INPX for a second. Because we have MIRM trying to get some volume towards it. MIRM is trying to get some hype towards it. And then OBLN also trying to get a little bit of volume, trying to get a little bit of hype. We also have slowly IFMK trying to move on up. So basically, all three stocks that we were looking at this morning are now all trying to move up around the same time as we come up towards around 10 o'clock. So we have IMRN trying to stay above $18. We have OBLN right now trying to get above 210. And then we have IFMK slowly moving on up as well, trying to break through that 44-cent, 43-cent mark. So it's kind of like pick your poison, right? It's kind of, I think 30% of people are going to go to OBLN, 33% of people are going to go to IFMK, 30% of people are going to go to MIRM. It really depends on which one is going to, be able to get the volume and you'll keep the volume, right? MIRM does have right now about a 30-cent spread. Right now, it just dropped down towards around 18-cent spread. OBLN trying to get a little bit of a pop, still trying to hold on up. My favorite, as you guys may know, I'm still looking at IFMK just because I know there's a lot of potential behind that play. If that thing could ever, get some hype towards it. And MIRM, again, still trying to hold that $18 mark. I mean, the bids are at 18.11. The ask is all the way up to 18.40, right? But the bids are still a little down low. Regardless, MIRM, still profitable, right? MIRM, still profitable, still a good play, still play. As long as it holds above $18, volume's going to stay there. So as long as MIRM stays above $18, volume's going to stay there, activity's going to stay there, and the stock has, definitely a lot of opportunity to progress to the upside. Absolutely. I'm still, again, looking at, IFMK right here to see if that's going to be able to break on through. And I know that's a lower volume play, but I have seen against stocks like this that just get pumped so hard by their company just because they have to get back above $1. So I see it happen a good amount. And that's why I am leaning a little bit towards that IFMK trade as I've talked about. OBLN, again, holding $2 right now. What you want to see on OBLN is you want to see the stock stay above 205. Staying above 205 shows strength. MIRM, stay above 18.25 at this point. You want to stay definitely above $18, right? That's 100%. But above 18.25 shows that the stock is, moving up and is trying to get its next leg. So we have a couple different plays here. MIRM at the bottom, OBLN at the top. Right now, guys, we are getting a little bit more volume over on IFMK as well. IFMK is currently testing that, 43-cent mark and trying to get a little bit of action towards it. So right now I'm keeping my eyes, really peeled over on this play over on IFMK. See if that's going to start getting any sort of big time momentum or any sort of big time volume towards it. So IFMK is, right on the brink, and is definitely going to try. So a lot of these plays right now, we have MIRM still fighting, IFMK still fighting, OBLN still trying to fight as well. As you guys know, I'm definitely leaning a little bit more towards IFMK. Let's see here. I may just get in on IFMK and give it a chance today. So right now you can see IFMK still trying to move on up a little bit. And you see it's trying to get a little bit of volume right here on that play. Trying to get some hype, trying to get a little bit momentum. So IFMK is where my eyes are at. That's, where I'm, really looking at this time. So IFMK, guys, I am going to get in on this play now, IFMK. And I'm going to basically just see if it could be a slow and steady climber that hopefully, just slow and steadily moves its way up and gets a little bit of a break. Let's see, IFMK. All right, just getting filled on this stock now. So IFMK, I'm going to give this one a chance. Don't expect it to spike hard. Don't expect it to go crazy, but I'm going to give IFMK a chance. So again, IFMK. I am in right now. How many shares now total? I have 7,686 that just went through. So 7,800. and 7,686. Price of 0.43, holding for a slow and steady climb on this play. Yep, 8K last night, needs to get pumped by its company to get above that $1 mark, and that's why I'm just sitting on this play right now. Also, MIRM, good job, MIRM, still a nice mover. A little bit more pricey, little bit more pricey. Right now, again, my play, IFMK. That's the one that I'm just sitting on, holding at this time. MIRM, though, getting some great action if you guys are involved with that play. Right now, here's my trade. I just want to make sure you guys can see this. Again, I'm currently in 7,686 shares at the price point of 44 cents. So I'm just going to give this a little bit of a slow and steady climb here to see if that can happen. Just going to give it a little bit of a slow and steady climb, see if that can happen, and go from there. Other than that, I'm going to put MIRM on the top level 2, though, because that one is pretty hot right now. So MIRM, top level 2, as that's a really hot stock. IFMK, I'm just going to see if this could slowly move on up. If it can't slowly move on up, I'll move on to a different play. Right now, MIRM, though, is probably where the mob's at, where the hype's at. So MIRM, nice pop, nice climb, good activity, good action so far. IFMK, I'll probably give this one maybe 15 minutes or so. Stop loss would be back down towards around 42, 41 cents, something along those lines. That'd be my stop loss. But right now, MIRM. What pattern's this, guys? What pattern is MIRM? Right? Daily chart pattern. What do we have right here? This is a great mid-candle breakout pattern. Right? This is a great mid-candle breakout pattern where when we look at this, right, we look at like OPTT, we can compare it. Right? Compare these two charts right here. Big green day, big green day. Red day, consolidation, next leg, next rip. Right? Another comparison. Green day, red day, next day, nice spike, next rip. Right? That's what we see a lot of times on these plays where it's just, good consolidation. The stock's able to move on up, get its next leg. SPU, right? Nice spike on up, nice spike on up. Red day, and then what happens? Green moves on through, right? So, we have, some good action on MIRM just from that mid candle breakout pattern. So just from that mid candle breakout pattern, that's a really solid play right there. Again, as I said, don't expect IFMK to, spike by any means in a super hard manner. It's not going to do that until it gets a little bit more volume. Right now, I am still in on my play. I'm still in on my play at this time, but I would like to see a little bit more volume towards the stock, to be completely honest. Right now, sitting back, staying smart, waiting to see where that activity is going to be heading towards, and looking for the next climb on the stock. So right now, MIRM's the main play. I'm going to give IFMK maybe one more penny. IFMK, I'm going to give it one more penny. If it can't spike, I'm going to get out of it. So IFMK going to give it till 41 cents. That would be my bottom. I got in at 44. I got in at 44. Right? So if it goes down to 41, I'm having a 3-cent stop loss on this play. So I'm giving about a 3-cent stop loss on this play to see if it can hold. If it cannot hold, that's where I'm getting out. But right now, MIRM is also where the most of the volume is. So if you're looking for a play, right now, MIRM is a play. I was definitely again loving and wanting IFMK to do it, but the mob, got to be honest, is at MIRM, right? So I would love for IFMK to spike, but as of now, right, what do we have? MIRM has more of the mob. Let me just go back to IFMK, guys, just because again, a little bit light on volume. I'm gonna probably lock in a little bit of shares, a little heads up, around this time over on IFMK, just because I don't want to, it's not worth it to me to take a large loss on this play, and especially because I know all the volumes on MIRM, right? So I know a lot of the volumes over on MIRM right now. So I know right now IFMK does not have the mob. Going to start locking in about 75% of my trade here. If anything, I'll be down a penny. Be down 1 penny, 2 pennies, you can move on. Right now, it's still the MIRM show. So IFMK out about 80% of my trade here. I'll leave the last little bit just to see if any volume moves in. But it's more, again, taking a 1 penny loss, 2 penny loss, which is, barely nothing. And that's just because I know, again, the volume went to MIRM. And that was the thing. It was, we had basically the pick your poison. We had a little bit of a pop on IFMK. We had a little bit of a pop on MIRM. We had a little bit of a pop on OBLN, right? One of the three was going to get the hype. One of the three was going to get the hype. Well, what do we have right here? MIRM got it. MIRM got the hype. MIRM got the activity, right? It's on a mid-candle breakout pattern. That's an awesome play. Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at MIRM. You did it, good job, MIRM. Where's top resistance? Right around 2250. See, get rid of that. So right around that 2250 mark. That is going to be top resistance. Also right next to the 52-week high. Notice that this upper shadow, right? Notice that this upper shadow is right along top of this upper shadow. And why is that, guys? Right? Why is that? Well, that's because what happened? Whenever we come up to an old resistance line, people are going to lock in profits around that mark. So why is it when the stock runs up right towards around 2250, the stock starts falling back on down? That's the old spiking high. IFMK still holding that little trend line. If you guys are interested on that play, let's see if we can start moving on up just slightly here. Back up to 44 cents. So we're still good. Trend line still good. IFMK. Again, it's light on volume play. Light on volume play on IFMK. So far, I did lock some out for about a penny loss, just because, I don't want to risk it in case it ever did dump. So I did lock some out for a penny loss. And again, as I said, I love IFMK. I got in on IFMK for a reason. But, I do see where the mob's at. I do see where the, the volume's at. And that is on MIRM. So if you don't get the mob, can it move on up? Yes. But it's going to be a little bit more, time consuming. And also, again, it may be a little bit more risky. Right now, again, just keeping this all on watch. MIRM, seeing if this is going to be able to pop on off. Does have a little bit of a bull flag, right? Right now, it's 10:06. I've had 2 trades today. Again, on both these trades, I had to cut for very, very small losses. But the thing is, again, if I don't have a winning trade, right? Right now, I'm still holding a little bit left of IFMX, but I may cut out of that soon. And just again, take a penny loss on that. And on my OBLN trade, I took an 8-cent loss. That's the thing that I want you guys to know about your trading, is that if you have to take a loss, it's okay, right? It's okay. No one's going to win every trade. But the thing is to be kind of honest with yourself and open with yourself to say, is this a play that I want to continue to hold? Or do I think there's a better fish in the sea? Do I think there's something better out there, right? But I know, again, as a new trader, when you guys start trading and start getting emotions, you hop in on a play. And if it doesn't, work out for you, you say, please, 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 please go on up, right? That's not going to work. So the best thing to do, and this takes a lot of time, if I see a play that isn't going the way I initially thought it would, I get out of it, take a 2-cent loss, take an 8-cent loss, lose $100, $80, $90, something that's not going to affect my account, and then what am I going to do? Then I'm going to move on. Then I'm going to find a better play. They're going to hop into a stock that has more potential, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing on a lot of my stocks is just make sure that if a play is not getting the volume, not getting the hype, not getting the attention I really like, I'm going to get out and move on. So right here, I'm probably going to get the last little bit of IFMK out, and then if it starts moving, I can always jump back in. But right now it does not have the volume. Again, we had the little pick your poison. Right here, I'm getting the last little IFMK little bit out right when this order goes through, and then I'll be all set, ready to go on my last trade. So IFMK, I'm going to be wrapping this one up when this order gets through, and then after that, guys, I'm going to be completely out of IFMK and being out of IFMK and waiting to see if there's going to be any sort of volume on this play. But yeah, today, no penny stocks other than what? We had an IMPX rip, we had an IMPX spike, which is still trying to hold, and then we had MIRM, which is a little bit bigger in price, but a beautiful mid-candle breakout pattern. Oh, okay, so my final orders just went through. On this play, IFMK, and you guys see, here's my P&L. So here's my P&L, IFMK. This order was from earlier this morning. That was my OBLN trade. IFMK got filled at 43 cents, 44 cents. Got out at 43, 42, 42, and 42. So what? I took a 1 penny loss on that, right? No harm done whatsoever. It's 1 penny. So, on those type of plays, if I see a lot of big time volume, if I see a lot of big time activity, I'm going to hop in on them. If I see there's a lot of big potential, I'll hop in on them. If it's a stock that follows my criteria, I'll hop in on them. But the thing is, if they don't get the volume, they're not going to be moving, right? So like today, right? I hopped in on OBLN. OBLN has an awesome press release. OBLN has 5 million in float. OBLN came out with a press release when I was watching at 8:30. OBLN is a previous supernova. OBLN is a low RSI play. I'm going to play that stock 10 out of 10 times. It didn't bring in the buying volume. I got out. I took an 8-cent loss. Today, IFMK. IFMK had an 8K last night with an agreement. IFMK had a delisting notice about a month ago. IFMK needs to get back above $1, and IFMK was a top gainer in pre-market as the number 3 top gainer as well, right? So again, would I hop in on that one? Exactly. Yeah, yes, I would. Same thing. I'm going to give my plays a chance, right? I'm going to hop in. If they don't work out, I'll cut out with a penny loss and move on, right? So no harm done. Limit your risk, and again, maximize your reward. Right now, MIRM is where the volume's at. Right here. Deck, do you normally use Arca as your market maker? Do you use another one for any reason? Nope, I always use Arca. Arca is usually the quickest, usually the best one. Also, Arca is what you need to use for pre-market and after hours. So I usually just always have it on that. Little side note as well, guys. A little side note, I'm going to fix this this afternoon, but you guys can get started. If you guys go to the video library, you guys can type in options. And there's options bootcamp number 1 and options bootcamp number 2. But bootcamp number 1, it's not their correct video. For somehow it got switched up. So options bootcamp number 2 is actually number 1. I figured that out. Someone told me that this morning, and I can't edit it with the live stream going. So I'm going to do it after I close the live stream. But over lunch hours and today, make sure you guys go look at options bootcamp number 2, and that really would be number 1. And then I'm going to fix this. I'll swap them. All right. So this options number 1 does not have to do with options. I apologize about that. Somehow that got messed up. Options bootcamp number 2 is number 1. All right. So here is. I just want to post this right here. Options bootcamp number 1. And I know some of you guys were not here when we went over this. This is also just great to catch up on. And I know it says number 2, but it's really number 1. Little heads up for you guys. And I'll make sure that's all fixed and ready to go. All right, so make sure you guys go check that out, and you guys be ready. Nope, again, something happened on the back end of Tradecaster where I uploaded a video, and for some reason it skipped and then went to the next video, which you know I'll get it all fixed for you guys. Just wait until lunch hours. But that's a great video to get started at least today. Right now, MIRM still the best play today. SCS also nice little uptrend. And that's the thing, we've been seeing a lot of mid cap plays, right? We've been seeing a lot of mid cap plays slowly grind their way on up. We've been seeing a lot of mid cap plays, be able to make some nice climbs. SCS, right? MIRM. This one, being able to move on up, right? Being $20 in price. A lot of these mid cap plays have been grinding very, very well over the past week. We haven't seen many penny stocks, being able to take on off. The number one top gainer this week has been MIRM. It went from $11 to $22. So it wasn't really even a penny stock to start with, right? Now, again, today it's going around from $16 up towards around $22. Still, again, testing those highs, but it's a little bit bigger. We haven't really seen a penny stock this week been able to go on a nice big climb or a nice big rip. And that's why we have the scanner set from 25 cents all the way up to $30, just because, we want to see all the mid caps as well. MIRM, what pattern starting to form? Little U-shaped pattern, right? Little U-shaped pattern starting to form. So look at this little U-shaped breakout pattern. Let's see if that's going to be able to hold on up, if that's going to lead to a nice breakout. So what we have here, top resistance line, right? We have our top resistance line, which is what point? That 2250 mark. Stock ran up to it, right? We hit it. We established that's resistance. We also know that's resistance because that's the past. Now the stock is trying to U-shape, come back on up, break resistance. What are we looking for in this pattern, right? We know we have top resistance. We have a U-shape starting to form. We really want to look down here. We want to see now what? We want to see big buying volume shoot on through. So as we get closer to this top resistance line, we want to see big green candles shoot on through, and that's going to lead to what? A nice big breakout to the upside. Okay? So, we have a nice run up, established resistance, right? Then what happens? U-shaped pattern, trying to get back up to resistance, break through it, and then we also need our buying volume down low to basically shoot on through, as that would be bringing in a lot of hype. That would be bringing in a lot of momentum. Yep. Yeah, you can always probably find a mid cap. There's probably always a mid cap, moving somewhere. So you can always get involved with the mid cap play and hop in on it. Not every day there's going to be a penny stock breakout, right? Not every day there's a penny. Find some sort of uptrend. Usually you can find some sort of bounce play. Usually you can find some sort of anything along those lines on some mid cap plays. Again, IFMK, I am out of that play as of now. But again, that stock is still slowly holding on up. I'm sure if you got in on IFMK, you're at what? Up a penny at even right now. So if you're not feeling IFMK, you're exactly where you got in most likely. And that's why I got out of it, just because I want to I kind of want a little insurance on that play. I want a reinsurance that this stock is going to spike. I want to see a little bit of movement on this play first before I jump in on it. Once again, I want to see a break, maybe a 45. I want to see 46 cents maybe first. That shows at least volumes in on that play, and then I can re-hop in on it. So I've had 2 trades today, and 2 trades that I took a penny loss on and an 8-cent loss on, and that's just because again, volume didn't push through in the penny stock world yet. Are the markets holding up right now? A little bit of a drop on down at this moment. Not anything too crazy. Not anything too crazy. I'm just kind of looking at SCS right now, trying to hold on up as well. And as we come down to the end of the year, things are going to be getting a little bit weird, right? Things are going to be getting a little bit weird as we come down to the end of the year, right? We got Christmas time, we have New Year's, and then we have the start of 2020. The start of 2020 is going to definitely kind of be the next big rush, right? Why would the start of 2020 um, it being the next big rush? Well, that's because everyone, including companies, are going to want to kick off their year strong, right? I don't know if we're going to be getting any sort of ginormous hot press releases right now, right? Starting up in 2020, what are we going to see? Oh, companies coming out with positive trials, companies coming out with brand new partnerships, companies coming out with new agreements, starting the year off on a high note, a fresh start, exactly, right? Where they're saying, hey, you know what? 2019 is behind us. We have our revenues. We have all our earnings reports to put out. We did all our drug trials. We did everything we had to do. Let's wait for everything to start up on 2020. And that's where, again, we could start seeing a nice push. So that may be why we are seeing a little bit lighter volume in the penny stock market right now. Currently 1019 in this market. And again, number one top play so far is MIRM. So MIRM is the number one top play. As I already stated, guys, the broker announcement has gotten pushed back, unfortunately, to Thursday. I apologize. I had to do you guys dirty like that. I know, again, so many people have been asking about that. But Thursday is when the broker announcement is. And on top of that, guys, and anyone who uses my link signing up to the broker, you guys are going to be getting a free ultimate trading course, which is $700. And then on top of that, guys, you guys are also going to be getting free text alerts all month of January. Again, SR, make sure you put an alert behind your ticker. Again, just putting a ticker doesn't tell us anything. We always want to have an alert behind our ticker. MIRM still looking for a little bit of that U-shape pattern. Still looking for a little bit of that momentum. See if this can U-shape up and around and then get a breakout. Right now, MIRM, look, it's going to try to give it a go. MIRM's going to try to give it a go here. All eyes over on MIRM coming up towards around that $22 mark. Going to try to give it a little bit of a go, trying to get a little bit of a breakout. See that U-shape trying to form? First thing it needs to get over is $22. Now again, $22 breaks. Next is $22.50. Buying volume starting to move on in a little bit, right? Let's all look at the level 2 together, looking at this U-shape. And again, the stock trying to get, that pop. So U-shape's forming, buying volume down low, exactly what we talked about. Now again, needs to hold $22 to break through that $22.50 mark. The break of $22.50 is where that big time momentum is going to push on through. Right now, $22 is holding on the bid. The ask is up towards around 2019. Here we go, 22.45. Bids have to push here. The ask is against the ropes. Ask is against the ropes at 22.43. If bids jump up to like 22.40, there. Oh, 21.50. A little pullback right there. They were so close. So close. Bids are all the way up towards 22.20. And then look at that. Against the ropes, and then Rocky comes out swinging. Back on down. So right now it was so close, but look at that. Hits resistance, and people start locking in their profits. Right? So look at that. So hits the resistance line, people start locking in their profits, stock starts coming back on down. And that's why resistance is called resistance, right? It's not easy to get through. There is resistance there. So right now, MIRM getting a little bit of that pullback at this moment. Needs to break through that 22.50 mark for that, next leg, for that hype, for that momentum. Anything above $22 is a good area to lock in your profit, though. Again, a little side note, guys. Just want to make sure if I didn't post this, you guys could see my P&L again from OBLN and IFMK. As you guys know, I'm always transparent. As you guys know, I always show everything. I show all my wins and all my losses on live time. So again, we're all good. Yeah, I remember that 2 weeks ago. I bought 60 shares. I was able to make like $370 off like 60 shares. I forget what stock that was. That was a fun one though. Yeah, I forget what stock that was. If you scroll through my Twitter far enough back, like 3 weeks, you'll be able to find it. Yeah, I think it was KRTX. Yeah, I think it was KRTX, the one that ran $100. That one would make sense. Right now, MIRM still trying to hold though. Still trying to hold. So still watch this level 2 right here. Sorry if I sound like any different today. I feel like I sound like a little bit of a frog. Just again, I'm fighting. I'm fighting a little cold, as I say, guys. If you don't believe in it, it doesn't happen. Right? So it's like I'm not sick. I'm good. I'm good. Right now, MIRM still back above $22. Let's see that 22.50 break. 22.50 though right now, still holding up like a stone cold wall. We got to see if we can break that 22.50 mark. Bids at 21.66. We don't want to fall beneath 21.50. That's a fact. We do not want to fall beneath 21.50. We want to make sure we're staying in the best areas. I want to see again if the bids can get above that $22 mark. If bids can get above that $22 mark, that's when we're going to see some of the best potential, the best momentum on this play. Right now, stock is there. It is. There it is. Look at this, 22.50. There we go. Bids are finally getting a little bit of a push there. So bids are finally getting a little bit of a push. Bids are finally getting a little bit of momentum on this play. Let's see. It needs to hold 22.50 now. As long as it holds that 22.50 mark, that's where we'll start seeing a lot more hype. That's where we'll start seeing a lot more momentum. See these stocks be able to continue to climb. There's 23. Here comes the volume starting to push on through. Nice little U-shaped pattern. So look at that U-shape. Look at the level 2. The bids are continuing to push. Bids are continuing to try to climb right here. Right now, MIRM, nice move. What would be next target? Well, these are new highs, right? These are new highs right here. So MIRM, next target is all the way up towards around that $25 mark. Right? Next target's all the way up towards around $25. Right now, it's up towards 23.70. Watch the bids to stay above 23.50. Ask is back down to, ask is up to 23.78. Ask is all the way up to 23.90. Time for bids to push. Ask is all the way up at 23.90. Great time to push here. So still, again, against the ropes on $24. Break of $24, you'll see probably most likely a quick pop to 24.50, right? Right now, a little bit of a pullback. So MIRM still watching this one. And again, I just brought over the level 2 so you guys can watch it a little bit better. But MIRM, it's where the hype's at, where the momentum's at. Unfortunately, again, guys, I traded 2 stocks today that didn't get the mob. But as I said, I really do not feel any sort of regret trading those plays, right? So right now, MIRM, $25, the next resistance line. Got to get above that $24 mark to really get the bids excited. The ask is all the way back up towards 23.80 at this point. All right, let's just bring this back on over because I think again we could easily see that $24 mark. And now bids are getting a little bit weaker, a little bit lighter. And this is again, the main pop, the main spike so far today. And let's check out a couple little other plays. IMPX. IMPX may be one of those plays that may pop up later on in the afternoon, right? So IMPX may be one of those that pops up a little bit later on in the afternoon, right? So I would still watch for the re-break of that 15-cent mark, as that's where we could get some hype and that's where we could get some momentum. What about IFMK? IFMK has again great news still, and it's still holding its gains. There just isn't much volume behind it, right? There just really isn't much volume behind it. We're not really seeing that much momentum over on IFMK.